top 10 anime where the MC is overpowered since the beginning and surprises everyone. Hello anime lovers and welcome to The Genius. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a fun ride through the top 10 anime with shockingly overpowered characters. And of course, I think I'd steer clear of One Punch Man and Dragon Ball Z. Let's go a little deep, and of course before we do that, watch out, there's some major spoilers ahead. Are you ready for this challenge? Number 10. Chivalry of a Failed Knight. The first fight in this anime was a bit surprising and quite frankly unexpected if you ask me. To be honest, there is nothing special about the main character in this anime except for the fact that he has a lot of determination and does not back down easily. And by now, you should know characters like this always win fights. Always. Or at least most of the time. Now, one thing about this guy is that his swordsmanship is second to none, and this helps him all through the story in the anime, as he fights against multiple enemies of different calibers. He is also able to push his body past its limit, which always helps him against anyone in fights. Let's run through the story a bit. It all takes place in an alternate Earth where humans have supernatural abilities, and the story centers around a guy known as Ikki, who one day runs into a lady called Stella when she is half-dressed. Because of this, she reports him and challenges him to a duel, and tells him she would do whatever he wants if she loses. She ends up losing, and the story opens up an entire chapter of slight hentai and power display. Number 9. Muhyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. Ever heard of this one before? Well, probably not, and that would be because nobody really talks about anime like this, and of course, they always have a way of blowing your mind when you eventually watch them. This story is about spirit possession. Now, the term spirit might give you some horror movie vibes, but trust me, it is more magic than horror. Like almost all other anime, this story is decorated with a powerful duo named Muhyo and Roji. You know, the kind of duo that gives off Naruto and Sasuke vibes. These guys have top level expertise when it comes to magic law, but there is one main thing that makes them stand out from others, which is the obliteration of evil spirits. Despite this, these guys face some obstacles along the way, which I will not go too deep into to avoid spoilers. That being said, if you are looking for power with a touch of mind twist, this anime is for you. Number 8. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. Now this anime is not like every other harem anime you would see out there. Although the anime is a bit strange, I must admit, this anime has a way of taking the harem fantasy genre and transforming it into something unbelievably entertaining. Of course, unlike the regular anime, each episode here is just half of the usual runtime, being 12 minutes long instead of the usual 24-minute length, which does not really allow the audience to savor the anime before it comes to an end. Now let's get to the plot. This story is centered around a guy called Peter, and I think it's safe to call him the most powerful warrior in the world, although he still can't beat Goku. I mean, no one beats Goku except maybe Saitama. What do you think? Anyway, back to the story. Being crowned with the title of the strongest warrior in the world caused more trouble than peace for Peter. Peter is perceived as a regular guy and he just wishes to have a quiet relationship with his girlfriend, but because of his popularity due to his achievements, he might as well kiss the thoughts of that quiet life goodbye. I mean, literally every woman wants to sleep with him so they can get his seed, but what I like about Peter is that he isn't a simp. Despite all the advances made at him, he stays away from such women, but the main question that should tug on your mind is, how long can he keep himself from women who want to have a good time with him? You can always give this one a shot and find out. Number 7. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. Although this anime is Chinese and not your regular Japanese entertainment, it is still very relatable to other anime. Here's how it all begins. It all starts with a demon level graded monster attacking everything in its path. Kind of gives off Kurama vibes in Naruto. Or let me say, the demon attack at the beginning of the Black Clover, but with slightly less destructive power. So as this monster attacks, a little kid is seen taking a nice stroll, eating a pack of chips. Now you guys would know that the characters who seem chill or unbothered in the middle of chaos, especially in an anime, would be definitely strong. Not just strong, but overpowered. Yeah, I think that's a better description. I wouldn't want to tell you what happens after this, but I'll leave a hint for you. There is some bullet catching with the teeth. Give this one a watch if you haven't and witness raw power with a touch of romance. Number 6. King's Reido. If you're an anime fan familiar with the concept of online gameplay, then this one is for you. Because this one is about video games. Just like you have Shokugeki no Soma, which is about cooking, and Kuroko no Basuke, which is about basketball. Now, let's run through the story, shall we? The main character in this anime is not powerful at all when it comes to physical strength. But his avatar and skills when it comes to video games are out of this world, which earned him the title King. I mean, you have to be really good at a game for people to call you that. Watching this guy play makes video games look a lot more interesting, and as all characters do, he makes it look so easy. At least show some effort. But I guess that is what happens when you're just that good. So, do you like video games and want to see what an unbeatable character would be like in front of you? Give this one a watch then. Number 5. Chrome Shell Regios. Well guys, this one is OP. And when I mean OP, I mean Bleach and Dragon Ball Z in one character OP. Yep, that OP. But this guy still won't beat Saitama. I mean, no one beats Saitama. This story takes place right in the heart of a city called Regios, filled with monsters. The main character in this anime is just someone who wants to get by the days and stay out of trouble as much as possible. But I guess trouble just comes looking for you when you stay in a place like this. This guy gets noticed by the commander of a group known as the 17th Company, who adds him to their group. Now, this MC is way stronger than the average MC you encounter in normal anime. I mean, this guy does not need to use the power of friendship or anything before he beats the daylight out of a person. He eats monsters for breakfast using a very powerful blade that can cut through anything and everything. This is topped up with the ability to fly and a glorious glow. What more could you want in a main character? Number 4. Stigma of the Wind. This one is centered around a family of fire users. Born into this family is a boy with the power to control the wind. You were expecting fire, right? Well, this guy kind of stands out, but in an odd way. Because of this, he is ignored, hated, and eventually kicked out of the family, just like Finral was shunned in Black Clover. Now, it doesn't end here. This guy also gets accused of murder because a wind user assassinates his family, and he is the only wind user in the family. Now, unlike other wind users, he knows how to use his powers properly, which sets him apart from other wind users. He is what one would call a prodigy. This guy fights alongside his cousin who uses the fire element, forming an unstoppable duo. Number 3. Be the Beginning. Well, not enough can be said concerning how powerful this guy actually is. I mean, did you watch the train fight at the beginning of the series? Seeing the first episode alone was more than enough for me to know that this anime was not going to be like the others. Well, to be honest, another reason why I liked it was that the main character looked like the professor in Money Heist. Anyway, this story centers around a vigilante killer known as Killer B, who has managed to tear the city apart, and a really smart detective, well, more of an investigator called Keith, who tries to catch this killer. I'd hate to spoil the powers of the main character, but know this. He is indeed strong. If you are looking for an anime with Death Note vibes, this one is a must-watch. Number 2. Campione Godslayers. Now, what actually does this word mean? Champion? No, it actually means God Killer. As you should know by now, a weakling can't be a God Killer. Unless all the gods just decided to sell their powers at the supermarket and take a nice stroll home. The main character in this anime gets bestowed with the title Campione by obliterating numerous gods, using their bones as his toothpick. I mean, the Monkey King would be really proud to hear someone following in his footsteps. The only side effect that follows this feature is that the more gods he destroys, the stronger he gets. But this increase in strength also means more women crowding him. Well, I wouldn't call that a side effect exactly, but it is the result of killing too many gods. Number 1. Demon King Daimao. This guy's power is so off the charts that it practically destroys them. In fact, using charts to measure his power would be pointless. This guy is so powerful, if he decides to erase Saitama, he just might be able to do so. Simply saying disappear from my sight would be more than enough to beat him. This guy could basically beat anyone out of existence and beat the person back into existence if he so pleases. Now about his powers, well, there's a lot to say because there's actually a lot that he can do, and I think it would be almost impossible for me to explain all of this power in a single video. What do you think about this list? Of course, we have anime like One Punch Man and Naruto, but I just wanted to divert a bit from the norms and go a bit deep. Drop your own list in the comments below, and before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. Fellow geniuses, thank you for watching, and have a good day.